Friends Crew and Friends at Origins 2018, and you're watching
No Limit is Here!
No meeples, please.
High-flying dice games. Vive la Muerte, the Battle of Brunette, July 1937. And that's it. Crossing Fate, the Battle of Issus, November 333 BC. Crossing Fate is an introductory level wargame of the Battle of Issus that was fought by the forces of Darius the Great, King of Persia, and Alexander the Great of Macedon, along with his Greek allies. You know, back then, people were savages, they were barbarians. We're much more calm now. The game is designed by Paul Rohrbaugh, the development is by Lisa Rohrbaugh, the graphics are by Bruce Yarin, and what we get with this game is one 11 by 17 inch map, 57 single-sided units and markers, one player aid, and one 9-page rulebook. Brave and Noble Fights Expansion number 2 is the third and final installment of campaigns and battles involving the Chinese before the turn of the 19th century. The game design is by Paul Rohrbaugh, development Lisa Rohrbaugh, the graphics Bruce Yarian. What we get with this game is one 11 by 17 inch map, 57 single-sided units and markers, one player aid, and one 9-page rulebook. GMT has their monthly update June 18th. In other words, GMT has their Take All My Money page. Fort Sumter, The Secession Crisis, 1860 to 1861. This is a 2-player card-driven game by Mark Herman. It has an 11 by 17 inch mounted map and takes approximately 25 to 40 minutes to play and is a 2-player game. Compass Games, Prelude to Rebellion, Mobilization and Unrest in Lower Canada. This is a card-driven game on the events leading to the uprising of Lower Canada in 1834 to 1837. The details of this game are complexity 3 out of 10, solitaire suitability is medium, that's a 4 out of 10, number of players 2, playing time is 3 hours, the designer is Marco Poutre, the developer is Curtis Kitchens, and the artist is Matt Rodrigue. Components: one 22 by 34 inch mounted game board, 2 double-sided player aids, 3 green dice to be used by the Patriot player, and 3 red dice to be used by the Loyal player, 4 custom scoring dice, 150 green mobilization cubes to be used by the Patriot player, 125 red mobilization cubes to be used by the Loyal player, 147 cards divided as such, 8 key event cards, 24 cards forming the 1834 deck, 24 cards forming the 1835 to 36 deck, 39 cards forming the 1837 deck, 52 cards forming the generic deck. Montélimar, Anvil of Fate. This is an operational game which uses the company scale system. The details are complexity 7 out of 10, solitaire suitability 8 out of 10, the time scale 2 hours per game turn. The map scale is 500 meters per hex. Unit scale, company and platoon. It's a 1 to 4 player game. Playing time is 2 to 50 hours. The designer is Adam Starkweather and the artist is Antonio Pinar. The components: 5 22 by 34 inch maps, 6 counter sheets, a rulebook, a scenario book, 8 player aids, 2 D10s, and a box and a lid. Hey, everybody, welcome back. The original Grognard is continuing his Advance on Shozul, an ambush scenario, Part 5. Bonding with board games, the Chief is unboxing a new GMT release, Skies Above the Reich, a game designed by Jeremy White and Mark Asted. Check out the artwork on that game box. That's by Antonis Karidis, the same guy who did the artwork for Lee Brimicombe Wood's Wing Leader series. Tikanis re! Gimpy of the Gimpy Gamer is continuing his magnum opus on Lock and Load's core rule set version 5.0. This includes episode 13A and 13B, which include onboard mortars and offboard artillery. Offboard artillery. Now that's a concept. I mean, it's not on the board. It ain't part of the game. What are you, cheating? Didn't figure you for a cheater there, Gimpy. Being an American Marine and all. It hurts. John Krantz of Compass Games has a video out. Compass Games Live, Episode 7. BLASTPOP is checking out Scenario 9 of Großdeutschland Motorized Infantry Division Fighting Formations, a game by Chad Jensen, published by GMT. ARDWULF of ARDWULF'S LAIR is doing an unboxing blitz. Mississippi Fortress, designer Gary Selkirk. The artist is Rick Barber, and published by Clash of Arms Games. Reds, the Russian Civil War 1918-1921. This is a game designed by Ted Rasier. The artist is Roger B. McGowan and Mark Simonich, published by GMT. Table Battles, designer Tom Russell, the artist Tom Russell, and the publisher Hollenspiel. Chandragupta, Great Battles of the Mauryan Empire, India, 319 to 261 BC. The designers, Richard Berg, Mark Herman, Alan J. Ray, and Stephen R. Welch. The artists, Mike Lemick, Roger B. McGowan, Leland Myrick, and Mark Simonich, a game published by GMT. The Player's Aid, the guys that never sleep and keep me busy. Alexander is interviewing Herman Lotman, game designer, working out of Flying Pig Games booth, talking about his soon-to-be game, Crowbar. Grant does an unboxing of Fort Sumter, The Secession Crisis, a game by Mark Herman, published by GMT. And also a review of Fort Sumter. An unbagging of A Rock and a Hard Place, The Battle of Fort Benghazi, 1942. The designer, Paul Rohrbaugh. The artist, Bruce Yerian, and published by High Flying Dice Games. They also have an interview with Wendell Albright, the developer for Nevsky, Teutons and Russian Collisions, 1240 to 1242, a game by Volko Runke, published by GMT, or soon to be published by GMT. Also, Kelly and Alexander of The Player's Aid do a playthrough live of Memoir 44. Charlotte Area Historical Gaming do a after-game discussion of a miniature games, Maurice by Sam Mustafa. The actual title is Maurice, War in an Age of Gentlemen and Philosophers, 1690 to 1790. And it's Charles Cab, man. I gotta put it up. It's Charles of Historical Gaming. Charles.
Hey guys, this is Charles with Historical Gaming, and you're watching No Enemies Here and getting the most recent wargaming news. Take care.
Gigi of the Geek Gamers is asking for your help concerning some information she needs in a game by Avalon Hill called Magic Realm. For more information on what she needs, maybe you might be able to help, go check her out at Geek Gamers. Jeff McAleer of the Gaming Gang is at Origins Fair 2018, and he's at Mark Walker's booth, Flying Pig Games, Tiny Battles. Check him out, nice interview. Jeff is also interviewing Herman Luttman, who's wearing a Black Sabbath t-shirt at the Flying Pigs booth. He's interviewing him on his new game, or his upcoming game, Crowbar, the Rangers at Point Zoc. And just because he's wearing that Black Sabbath t-shirt, I'm buying the game. Centurion's Review does a playthrough of a card game called Iron Curtain. This is a game designed by, and I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna massacre your name here, Asger Harding Granerud and Daniel Skjold Peterson. The artist is Jessica R. Eiler and David Prieto, and it's published by Jolly Roger Games. Wayne Hanson continues his playthrough of Long Street Attacks. The Second Day at Gettysburg. This is a game designed by Herman Luttman. The artists are Rick Barber, Charles Keebler, and Mark Mahaffey. Published by Revolution. Cody of the Discriminating Gamer is reviewing Victory and Glory, Napoleon, a game designed by Glenn Drover. The artists are Paul Neumeier, Jacoby O'Connor, and Keith Rocco. The game is published by Electric Games. For people who understand Italian, check out Riccardo Masini's vlog about games that share the same rule set, as in some of the folio games by Decision Games. STUKAJOE is doing his Mechanics at Play, an extended example of Play 1866, The Struggle for Supremacy in Germany, a game designed by John B. Fierer, artist is Knut Grunitz, and published by Compass Games. Don't forget to check out STUKAJOE if you're going to Console World. Say hi for me. Napoleon's triumph on What's on the Table for June 2018 is Pericles, the Peloponnesian War, by Mark Herman, published by GMT. Jonathan Townsend, The Korean War, released in 1986 by Victory Games. This is a game designed by Joseph M. Balkowski. The artists are Rosaria Baldari, Ted Kohler, and James Talbot. Again, this is published by Victory Games. Rob Orne of Rob's Tabletop World is at Origin. In his War and Pieces segment, he's checking out Herman Luttman's Crowbar, the Rangers at Point Zoc, or Zoc, published by Flying Pig Games. Nouvelles du Front, la web TV consacrée aux jeux d'histoire sur carte, are doing Hannibal and Hamilcar. This is a game designed by Mark Simonich, and the artists, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce their names. Let's say there's 3 or 4 of them. And it's published by Phalanx. What's happening on the big board? I'll tell you what's happening on the big board. Kevin is doing a walkthrough of the new version of the Lock and Load Tactical Rulebook 5.0 and associated support materials. And he's also wrapping up the Great Battles of History, the Spartacus Battles from C3I 21, a Roger B. McGowan publication. Tim Korchnoi of Bare Bones Wargaming is trying something a little bit different with Sal Vasta's Unconditional Surrender, a game published by GMT. Also at Bare Bones Wargaming, he's checking out World at War magazine number 21, Rhineland 1936. Mo of Mo's Gaming Table is taking a look, doing a preview actually, of Lock and Load's Tactical Core Rules, rule set version 5.0. You know, this rule set's pretty popular. I think I'm gonna have to get some. USA Patriot 4163 is taking a brief look at the game Normandy from SPI, published in 1971, second edition. A game designed by Jim Dunnigan. Consim World Expo 2018 featuring Monster Game Con 18, June 23rd to June 30th, 2018 in Tempe, Arizona. That means that's happening right now. I wish I was there. Advance After Combat, June 16th. Here they talk about Russian Barbers, Grateful Dead, SWOCON / Donkey Kong, Southern Preferred, Rifles in the Ardennes, War in the Pacific, and La Bataille de Ligny. Wild Weasel, Episode 15, a podcast about war games. You know, I like playing war games. I'm assuming you like playing war games too. And sometimes I want to get my kids to play war games, but they're not into it. And I want to get them interested by saying stuff like, you know, the landing, the D-Day landings, man, like almost 6,000 people died, this and this and that. And, well, I mean, they're like, okay, Dad, you know, I don't know, I'll go play a video game or something like that. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say here is that there's a video called The Fallen of World War II. This is by Neil Halloran. And I still don't know how to put a link yet, but I'm going to show it up, so you're going to have to take it down by pen. I mean, if we still use pens or whatever. And check it out. It's pretty sobering. So, thanks for watching.